Last time on Pretty Wizard.
I am Ryan Neitzey. I will be playing the character of Marco Olivan.
I'm Jonathan. I'm playing the character Abzael Ashclaw.
My name is Donovan, and I am playing a wood-elf druid by the name of Leaf. I don't think I'm in the right place.
Okay, matey,
I'm not your matey.
well, we could be, mates. I think you're cool, dude.
A loud ringing. This loud sound originated from this now still arcane model. Abzael flung back in his own pool of blood, and Marco on the ground still. Leaf, you're standing there in front of your once friends.
Hello! Happy to see me again.
How in the world did I get here?
Hello, Leaf. It's Alan.
My strength was like off the walls.
Get out of my way!
I'll jello shit down your throat.
At this point, you notice there's like a white light just kind of radiating behind you, and if you just turn to your left, like peek over your shoulder, you can see you have like these angelic white wings. Not similarly, but exactly like Nero had. Leaf, you leave me no choice. A blue beam emits from his hands and strikes Leaf. You're in this purple field filled with blue nodes everywhere. But among these nodes is a very bright blue one. And you see Marco. We open up on the Tahoe. We can see Marco in his hammock, his legs dangling, and he's just having a really deep existential crisis about life and death with his long-lost friend Nala. Then from the corner of the room, seemingly out of the shadows, emerges a tall, older elf wearing a purple handkerchief.
Hey, son.
Marco, you look towards the corner room, and you see standing right in front of you is Terry Keith Olivan. The concept of what this person is, it's peculiar because every other time it's come up in your past, it's left to a terrible headache and a pain deep in your skull. But now you're staring at him, clear as day.
Finally remember me, huh? Fucking took you long enough. Now you're dead, so, like father, like son, am I right? So, saw what you did out there. You did a good job. I mean, you had to fight all of your friends, so, that was fucking dope. I didn't expect you to go down like that, but hey, we don't get to choose how we die. More of those. You didn't actually die from those dragons. He died from...
You fucking left us.
I knew this conversation was coming. Yeah, I did. I left you and Marta. I left the two of you to answer that question.
What is life without death?
That very one.
Well, was it worth it? Did you ever figure it out?
What, was alive? No. I wasted 700 years of my life trying to answer that question, and I've got nothing to show for it.
Tikio walks over to Marco and notices the purple handkerchief he has wrapped around his wrist. He reaches down and touches it.
Do you know who made this?
No.
Your mother did. She gave it to me after our first date, actually. Fun fact, actually, she picked the color purple because She thought purple was the perfect symbol of relationship. I don't know what that means. I'm more of the fact guy. She's all about symbols, you know. Thank you, Kane. So, what's the answer? I'm sorry, what? You said you couldn't find the answer while you were alive. Well, you're dead now. What's the answer? Oh. It's boring.
Tikio begins to walk away from Marco.
Well, not boring per se. It's just, sort of underwhelming. After searching for 700 years, you expect this, big, extravagant answer that will reveal all of the universe to you? Oh. What? Yeah, it's just sort of, life without death is sort of nothing. Because, death is a requirement of life. Can't be a beginning without an end. You're a pirate, right?
Tikio kind of gestures around to the pirate ship they're currently on.
I'm just gonna assume yes. You've sailed the seas and have certainly seen some shitty situations, but I'm guessing those times in between are all pretty amazing, right? Hanging out with your friends, talking to the people you love. You know what a calm, peaceful sail is because you've been through the hurricane. Yeah, but I've never sort of been more at peace than right now, actually. And that peace came from your death. What I'm saying is, Marco, is that life is sort of boring without death. You need the struggle of loss. You need the struggle of friendships. You need the struggle of, being a good father. I regret leaving. You know that? I'm ashamed of what I did to you and Marta. I mean, I became obsessed with answering that question that I lost sight of what life truly was. Spending time with the people you care about. Knowing they'll be there when the hurricane hits. Neither of us were there when Marta died. We were both distracted, trying to achieve our own goal. I could tell you that both of us regret that now. You actually loved her. I realize that now. I think I'm kind of ready to go upstairs now, I guess. Good. That's a good place to be. But that's the thing with death. Once you're dead, that's sort of it for us. We don't really get to choose to come back. Oh. Yeah, it fucking sucks, right? Yeah. So, what do you want to do now, Dad? Oh God, please do not call me Dad. I have too many nicknames already. So, what should I call you then? Call me Terry. Will do.
Leaf, you are currently standing in a field of purple energy, and surrounding you seem to be nodes that all contain the image of different individuals. One you saw contained Alan Parrish, another you saw contained Crispin Tate. But the one you currently stand in front of is the brightest of them all, Marcos. You can see it looks as if he's talking with his father, but you can't hear anything. Then, as if a snake slithers across your foot, you feel, a snake slithering across your foot. As you look down, you can see these purple threads. Now that you're actually looking at the ground closer, you can see that the entire floor is covered in these very fine purple threads, and you see the threads slither their way up and then start arching towards Marco's node. As you're noticing how all these threads connect all the nodes, you do notice they all converge into that mound, but you can't see what's on top or over it.
I'd probably slowly reach out for Marco's cube.
Okay.
See if I can, I guess, touch it.
Yeah, you can. When you touch it, it feels warm and nothing special really happens, but you can feel like there's an immense amount of energy radiating off this thing.
Can I, like, is it stuck in place or can I move it?
It seems pretty solid where it is, just suspended in midair.
Okay. The tendril, the thread that's coming up to connect?
Yeah.
Can I, like, put my hand on that?
Sure. As you put your hand on it, it feels like the tendril is like attached to you like suction cups. And they feel very cold, and it's like when you first touch the soulwood sword, as you can just kind of feel a little bit of your energy being pulled from it.
I just pull my hand away quickly. I kind of look at the threads and look back up to Marco's cube.
They kind of wiggle around and then start continuing back up towards Marco's node. Then they attach. The node shrinks in size and gets a bit dimmer, but not as dim as the rest.
I want to try to disconnect it. Just try to pull it apart if I can.
Yeah, as you try to grab and pull the node and the tendrils apart, they're not coming off. They seem stuck there.
And the other ones that are smaller, those are also connected to the
Yes.
ground?
Yeah, and they all lead to that mound.
To the central point?
Yeah.
Is there any other cube actively being drained?
Not right now, no. Not that you can see within this seemingly endless field.
Yeah, I sprint for the mound.
Yeah. You clear the distance pretty quickly, as if you were sprinting.
Fuck Kane.
Yeah.
Good one.
You clear the distance, and then as you summit the mound, you can notice that it's more of a crater in a sense. And all these coils kind of lead to a figure sitting inside a chair. The figure seems like a skeleton, well, skin and bones at least. Their hands seem to be resting on these pillars of purple energy. In fact, it looks like these purple tendrils lead directly into their arms. You can tell that their skin's blue, and as if they were wearing a helmet, but the top was glass. You can see the image of Harold in it. Through further inspection, it looks like a Skeletor Harold sitting inside this chair. And where his little hands would be are these small tendrils connecting to his body.
Fuck. I think when I saw that sight, it probably stopped me in my tracks, stop sprinting, and I walk over to him.
He seems alive, but not there. But what you do notice as you look into this like glass head that he now has, you can see that he's walking through this near a mothership where you were just moments ago. Turns a corner, and in his view is Abzael. Abzael.
Yes.
Ooh, where do we leave off with you? If I remember correctly,
I'm fighting Poots.
you're fighting Poots. He shot a crossbow bolt at you, biffed it completely, and like knocked off some dragon scale in front of you?
Yeah.
Cool.
So, Abzael, I know we haven't really talked much, but I'm ashamed to see that you would turn tail so quickly and team up with the enemy. Maybe in a different universe this could have gone differently. But unfortunately, you've got to die now.
And from behind him, he pulls out what looks like a a large trident, and if all 3 points converge into one to make like an arrow to to make an arrow, he plicks off this defense shield on his lapel, places it at the tip of the base of the arrow. You can see it just like in line with this like blue energy. He points it at you and just like opens his hand, and it flies directly at your chest. Make a dex saving throw.
Oh, fuck.
Does my pin do that?
16.
16. You try to anticipate and duck, but as soon as you change your position, it's like it's locked onto you and continues through your chest. You stand there and it just felt like something just penetrated through your whole body, because it did, because there's a hole there now.
It's almost like you clear the distance because you're sprinting.
As if you were sprinting. But then, as it's happened before, this white energy that just starts pulling around the wound and closes up. And then from behind, you hear, oh God, here we go. It looks like Christmas came early.
Fuck yeah.
A little late when this episode comes out.
We'll cut something.
As you turn around to look where that voice came from, 2 small hands just smack the shit out of your face. So hard you get pushed back like 15 feet until you're like smacked against the eternal dragon. When you make contact with the dragon, something weird happens. As has happened before, you are in this suspended space and you just see 5 inches from your face this eternal dragon's just face, just staring and breathing down at you. But then a figure of pure white energy steps in between both of you. It puts its hand on the eternal dragon's face, and it just evaporates. You are now standing in this empty black space with this being. It turns to you, and as if pigment and water, color rushes to this wet figure, and standing in front of you now is a peacock, but not any peacock, Jerry the peacock. Hello, Abzael.
Jerry?
Oh, no, I'm not Jerry, but I took this form because, from what I can tell, this is a form that is familiar and comfortable with you.
Then, who are you?
Who am I? What a great question. That I do not have an answer for. I am one of the 3. I am the one that gave life to this universe. Abzael, you have been given a gift. A gift from Nero. He was once a faithful believer and tried his darndest to save my creation. But unfortunately, he failed. Granted, it was your fault. But that's why it's now your responsibility. Abzael Ashclaw, you are a descendant of the eternal dragon. So I understand your grief. I understand your anger to why he is currently chained up in a hunk of metal floating through space. But it was his lack of initiative is why we are at this point currently. That and the other one. This universe is ending. And with it, everything I created and everything I love. You and everyone else. So I beg you right now, do not free the dragon until it is time. I will give you all the power I have left, if you can save everyone. But first, I'm going to need you to beat the shit out of that little hand boy, because he is the biggest offender of all. He's taken the power that they left behind when they died. And he is using it for the wrong reasons. Abzael Ashclaw, I need you to kill Harold. As Abzael stands in this empty void, 5 feet away from a macaque, it starts to fade out as he gets slapped across the face. As you snap back to reality, you can see that you're being propped up against the Eternal Dragon with a very small arm pushing you against, and then another smaller arm just smacking you back and forth. And you can follow these arms about 20 feet away as these weird snake baby arms extend from Harold, and he's just smacking the shit out of you from a distance. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna try and grab one of the tentacles and cast Blight on it. Oh yeah, it does 8d8 necrotic damage.
Jesus Christ. All right, roll that damn. Well, wait.
Roll to hit.
Wait, roll a hit, or do I have to make saving throw? Saving throw, right? Fuck it.
Yeah, saving throw.
Cool.
Constitution.
Constitution? Cool. 21.
Yeah, it passes. So
Passes. Half damage?
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's 8d8. So 27, so it'll take 14.
14. Okay. He's got. How do you. What's. It's like an 8, but sideways. Got it.
Infinity?
Okay, 20. What was it? 14?
14.
Cool.
Um,
Yeah, as you touch his small little hands, what's noticeably weird is that they're very moist. No, as you touch his hands and cast this blight, you can see this this white, almost fungi-like thing just kind of course through his arms, and they blink out of existence. So does his entire being, and then they blink back to his body.
all right, I'm gonna run towards him then,
Cool.
and then use Quicken Spell to cast another spell.
All right, what are you doing?
I think I'm gonna do Scorching Ray. 20, 9, 10.
No.
So I hit once. So I roll 2d6. Yeah, so it's Christmas. So it's 10 damage.
10 damage? All right,
Yeah.
cool. One scorching ray beam kind of smacks him in the chest. He takes it full front, takes a couple steps back, puts his hand up like he's about to little arm extend at you. And you can see his hand start to actually extend towards you, and then he like flickers out and then flickers back in, his hand back in his body. Well, I think we're gonna need a new body soon. And then he just kind of like single finger points at you, and this crackling black energy shoots off. And 13.
Oh, to hit? Oh, no.
Okay, cool.
No. I thought you were all like 13 damage. Jesus.
Actually,
Yeah, no, 13 does not hit.
yeah, as a black beam of crackling energy kind of streaks in your direction and then just biffs you completely. And he looks at his fingers like, well, this sucks. Leaf, you are standing in front of, well, a weird thing.
I'd call it that. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like Harold's sitting in a chair absorbing all of these nodes in this field that you're currently standing in.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't seem to be lucid. But just still.
Okay. And in the little visor or the glass, can I see him fighting Abzael?
Yeah, you can see he's currently holding Abzael against the Eternal Dragon, bitch slapping him. Then Abzael like touches his arm, and then you just see this whole figure just kind of like clench up, and then go back.
Interesting. Okay. I'm going to take out the Soulwood sword,
Okay.
and I'm going to try to cut away the tendril that's connecting to him.
As you drag the sword across the tendrils to cut him, the sword glows, but not like it's done before. No, it glows this very bright purple. And then you can just kind of feel one of the tendrils snap, and then Harold's body clenches up and starts shaking violently. Abzael, you were standing about how far away from Harold did you want to get to him? 5, 10?
5 feet.
About 5 feet. You're directly in front of Harold. And then you just start seeing his body convulse and then flicker out of existence and then flicker back, but now he's got like a second head growing out of him, and he flickers back out into just regular Harold, and then he flickers back, and this time like his like jaw was gone, and then he flickers back to Harold. So he takes a moment, some deep breaths, he stares back up at you. If you're gonna be like that, Harold flickers out, and arcane models in his place as it hits the ground. Then you feel another piercing punch through your back, as there's a new gap and hole in your chest, as you see this weird, large arrow just kind of shoot through you.
You know, the first rule they taught us in the academy was never turn your back on the enemy.
The arrow comes back and just like takes off your right leg.
Can I try and like
You drop to
grab?
your knee.
Can I try and grab the arrow or like?
Yeah, if you'd like to next time it comes around.
Yeah.
You drop to a knee, but then quickly these wounds just regenerate and close back up. As you kind of get back to your feet, you can see Poots just like with like his whole hand gesturing to where the arrow should go, and now he swings it back towards you, and this arrow comes flying back in your direction. Roll a dex save.
10.
10. Are you trying to dodge it or to grab it?
Well, dodge it and or grab it just to get out of the way of
Okay.
it and or stop it.
It hits your chest with a great deal of force, but yet you're able to like grab the shaft of it and just stop it from like penetrating you completely. What would you like to do?
So I'm holding onto it now.
Yeah.
What is it made out of?
Ooh, great question. It looks like the base is this like black acrylic that has these spiral inlays that lead up to the pin, and then the arrowhead is made out of metal.
Can I like try and melt the front of it with firebolt?
Sure, go ahead. I don't know what that means, but sure, go ahead. Roll something?
What do I add? I rolled a 16, so
Your magic attack thing you have?
plus 7, so
Plus 7? Yeah, cool. You
23.
You grab it, and it's like probably like a good 4 inches into you. You pull it out, and your hands just erupt in this like bright orange fire, and then it just slowly melts and deforms in your hand, and then drops to the ground. Liquid metal.
Oh, well, that's not really fair, is it?
He quickly just like panically kind of starts reaching to his back and starts pulling out his little crossbow again and tries to load a bolt into it. What do you want to do?
I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb at level 3. I'm going to choose Fire. Does a 12 hit?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Roll to damage. Roll to damage.
what? That's easy to add up. 8, 8, 8, and 8. 32 plus 4, so 36. I rolled 3 8s, a 5, and a 3.
Okay. Do you plan on killing him?
No.
Okay. Good. So you let go this chromatic orb, effectively a small fireball at high velocity, and it just strikes him. And then for a moment, you just kind of lose him to like this explosion of fire. And then, like, almost instantly, the fire like disappears, and he's just standing there like shell shock, and then falls back stiff as a board onto the ground, unconscious. And then from where the arcane model was, flickers in this creature that has about, I don't know, 16 small hands coming off their normal hands, as they all just kind of spiral in and just like smack the ground about 20 feet away from it, leaving a large crater. Leaf. You tried cutting some of these tendrils, and some weird shit happened.
Yeah.
Your sword your sword was glued to the floor. Your sword glowed.
Glue. It glue.
You guys
What's
want
the
to
past tense of-
build an igloo?
I've done
glue.
that before.
It.
It was glowing. Your sword, it was glowing. A very bright purple, and Harold's seeming body just started shaking violently. But as soon as you drew your sword away from the tendrils, the glow stopped, but you can just feel your sword. It's just like radiating with this like immense energy. Harold stops shaking, and then you can just see this like cap he's wearing kind of raises up, and then you can see his 4 eyes, and he makes eye contact with you. And then just a concussive force bursts from his body as he stands up. You are launched about 10 feet back into this field of purple.
Mm-hmm.
As you stand up, you can see Harold just kind of like stone cold motherfucker. Still and calm with these tendrils still attached to him as if he's dragging him across the ground.
Looks like I sent you to the wrong place. My bad, I've had other things on my mind. So, are you ready to die?
I think at that point I just run at him. With Soulwood sword out.
Okay. As you're about 10 feet away from him, he just kind of raises his arm, and then these purple tendrils just kind of like entangle your foot and just like stop you dead in your tracks. Then he starts walking towards you.
Okay. I kind of just like cock my head like, okay, that's how it's going to be, like kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
And I still have my necklace and all that? Okay. I turn into a dragon. And, you know, dragon foot's bigger than mine, so I'm hoping it,
and it's stronger.
breaks the hold.
Yeah, you turn into a dragon, snapping the hold that was holding you back. He seems a little startled.
And I think as I turn into the dragon, break the mold, I just look at him for a second. Are you ready to die? Yeah, so I breath weapon. And that's, how many d6s do we have between all of us?
A lot.
I need 18.
Hold on, what? We have at least 9.
Sounds about right. There's no way you have enough room. Can you just lift the tower maybe so you can see them all?
He rolled pretty good.
It's only half. $71 damage. He gets to make a dex save to take half.
Nope.
Did he beat a 21?
No, he beat a 10.
Yeah. 71.
Okay. That's really cool. Boy, oh boy. Okay. Dragon leaf. You open your jaw, then like actual hell spills out of your mouth as you just engulf Harold and pretty much the surrounding area in like this incredibly intense fire. After you're done breathing and the fire dissipates, you notice there's this purple and blue crack in seemingly reality.
Is it where Harold was standing?
Where he was standing, yeah. And all the tendrils seem to lead to this this crack.
Like they're actively trying to go into
Yeah.
it? Okay. I walk towards it and, can I go in it?
As a dragon? Probably not.
Can I go into it as Leaf?
Probably, yeah.
I do it.
Cool.
I turn back into Leaf, step forward towards the crack, and dive in.
Alright, Abzael.
up?
This crazy multi-hand creature that looks like Harold, but if his arms were supersized.
Like long or buff?
Or you mean multiplied?
Yeah, that's the word, sorry. As this like shitty octopus appears in front of you. You can see like he flickered into existence. And every like couple of seconds he flickers in and out again. And it looks like he's like really in pain and he's struggling to not flicker and/or flicker.
When he flickers, what do I see like in place of him?
The arcane model.
I'm gonna cast Fireball at him. He has to make a dex saving throw. I'm gonna do it at level 5 though.
Okay, that's a lot of damage.
Do you
Oh, sorry,
roll
right.
the dex?
My bad. No. Wait, hold on. Actually, 5 plus 4 is 9.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
I need 10d6.
Yahtzee.
Damn it, I was going to say it. 33 damage.
Okay. Cool. You let go of this fireball into this like flickering monstrosity that is Harold. And it looks like he took a lot of damage. Like before when you hit him, he just kind of flickers in and out and he's back to normal. But this time he doesn't seem to be able to recover or take control of these hands he has. And then about a whole wall of hands come in your direction. I'd say make a dex saving, but there's nowhere for you to go. I'd say a good 12 hands all connect to your body, as it feels like an entire house was just dropped upon you. 36 damage, please.
Jesus.
Nice.
No, that's not good.
All right, sorry.
As you get up from this hand barrage, about 4 more hands come from the left, and then 4 more from the right. Cool, another 16, please.
I'm at 37.
After you've been like smacked around and kneaded like some dough, you can see directly behind Harold. You see a little brown boy just kind of flickering out of existence. Sorry, brown man. If you flicker in back to the ship, you're standing like directly behind Harold, and you notice that he's got about 20 arms, 20 little arms coming off, 10 on each hand, shooting off, and they just seem like they're playing patty cake with Abzael's face right now.
Yeah, I sneak up right behind him pretty much, and with the soulwood sword, just stab him right in the back.
You take the soulwood sword that's been radiating with this like purple energy, and you shove it through his chest. Flickering stops, and then he stops. And then you can just feel the soulwood sword like get really warm and start to expand and like fill your arm. And then it bursts into this like purple light, just spews and blinds every single one in the room. As you come to your senses and your eyes stop hurting, you can see Harold standing there with all 20 of his little arms seem like they're withering away and detaching from his body. Then you can see as if his skin is contracting into him, he becomes skin and bones as you saw him before in this purple field.
Oh.
Well, this is inconvenient. I seem to be stuck here. I was so close. This whole plan was so close to going off without a hitch. But you rebellious fucking earthlings. Just had to stir the pot, didn't you? I'm not gonna let this power go to waste. He lifts both his hands up and points it directly at the Eternal Dragon. You can start to see this blue energy, or these blue balls of energy form at the end of his hands. Is there anything you guys would like to do as this happens?
As he puts his hands up and the balls of blue energy start forming, I reach into my bag and I pull out in my left hand a crystal, and in my right
Eating
hand
it. I like it.
the arcane rock.
Oh.
I put the crystal in the rock.
Okay. As soon as you put the crystal in the rock, you can see this inlay from the crystal kind of spreads across the whole rock. The rock gets really warm, but it feels like it's getting heavier. What do you want to do with the rock?
Kind of want to bash him in the back of the head with it.
As you take one step just to get a little closer to him and swing down, this rock gets heavier and heavier and heavier. You get one strike across his back, the back of his head. You can see his arms and his just kind of like go in any other direction but the dragon and lets go of these blue beams. The beams, as they come careening off, strike the ceiling of the ship, and then the other one to your right strikes the bottom. It's as if they expand and then contract, and there's literally nothing there left of it. But as you bash him in the head with this rock, the rock gets so heavy you just drop it. And it hits the ground right next to his near-death body. He tries to get back up. But then, and you can feel this too, there's like a large pull coming from the rock. Like a gravitational pull. As you can feel like this force kind of just like pulling you in, getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And him being right next to it, you can see like he slides next to it and like touches it. And then touches like his lower back. And then you can see his top of his head and his legs start to bend around it and snap. And like exactly like he's being pulled into like a singularity in space. You feel this too. Both of you do. Roll me a Constitution save.
You're telling me I had a black hole in my back pocket all this time?
I rolled an 18.
What'd you roll?
11.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine. You can see like large debris of like just the surrounding area. It starts to get like pulled into this like heavy, dense object. And then you all just kind of get forced into it. But you're able to grab a foothold of anything around you, maybe a broken pipe or a destroyed flooring tile. And you're holding on there, and it just gets intense. And it starts pulling everything. You start to hear the whole ship like crunch and like crack as you can see the walls start bowing in towards it. And then it stops. And what's left is a disfigured herald covered in a pile of debris, dead.
I'm gonna get up because I'm assuming we're not being sucked in anymore, right?
You're not being sucked anymore now.
All right. So I'm gonna get up, help Leaf up, and start to walk out of the area towards Marco.
I let you help me up, but before we move anywhere, I look to see if the crack in reality is still there.
No.
Okay. And the Soulwood sword is
gone,
vanished,
Yep.
exploded.
Mm-hmm.
I can't run.
If you want to go digging for that pile of body and debris.
I mean, it seems pretty useful, but
Also kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
I don't know why you hit him over the head with it.
It's a rock. What else are you gonna do? All right. Yeah. We can walk towards Marco.
Okay. You walk over to Marco's still body, laying on the ground.
I go over and check, pretty much.
There's no breath or pulse.
Leaf, I'll grab Marco. Go and find Potato. We gotta get out of here.
Leaf, you just walk away back towards where you last saw Potato. Abzael, as you kneel down next to Marco's body, it's as if you're back in the void again. It's just you and him. And behind you, you can feel a presence. You know, Nero's original plan was to give this one the power. In his defense, he really didn't trust your kind with it, seeing what, well, fortunately what your sister did. But that's not really her fault, that was the dragon. It's a shame. It may seem impossible to you, but I took care when I created every single one of you. Hurts me to see one die, and boy howdy, let me tell you what. Ye dog. Let me tell you what, as of recently, it's been happening quite a lot.
Nero was right. He should have been the one to get this power. I've caused too much destruction in this world. And Marco just wanted to do good. He deserves to have this power, not me. Have me trade places with him. Let me be with my family.
Abzael, you can start to see in this still white figure somehow just tears start to emerge in their eyes. Abzael, you trading off this power will kill you. You understand that, but yet you still want to do it?
I came on this journey to find my family. And now, the way I see it, this is the only way I can really see them.
Now with just tears streaming down this figure's face, but also a smile. Abzael Ashclaw, thank you. For a moment there, I was starting to believe that my creation was truly a lost cause. But you showed me that every single one of you is truly worth saving. Now be at ease. The entity reaches out and touches your chest as it did once before. The next thing you see is waking up in a bed. You scan the room and it's painfully familiar. It's your room in the house you grew up with. The smell of bacon and eggs wafts through the room. And through the door where the kitchen is, you can hear chatter. You walk out and see them. Your family. Marco, you're sitting in your hammock talking with TKO. Then you hear the door to the upper deck unlock and open. And this beautiful white light pierces the room. Standing in the doorway, you see Abzael. Then you notice that TKO and Nala are no longer in the room. And it's just you and Abzael staring at each other, and he reaches out his hand and gestures for you to take it.
Abzael, what happened out there?
We saved the universe. But it's not going to stay safe forever. You need to take my place out there. You'll do a lot better with the powers I have.
What are you talking about?
Nero wanted you to have these powers, and now I'm giving them to you and taking your spot.
Abzael, that you didn't have to do that.
I want to be with my family. That's why I came on this journey, was to find them. This lets me be with them. You're the only one who can keep the universe safe. I know I can't do it, but I know you can.
I think Marco sort of looks down, just thinking, obviously. And he looks back towards Abzael, and my goal, Abzael, this entire time is trying to be save the universe, save everyone, and that's me going out of my way to save even the small individual people, the ones that some would say can't be saved. And it's always been tough being friends with you and fighting about those two different philosophies, but this moment, it doesn't have to be me, but this moment, is what it's all about. Marco starts walking up the stairs. Right before I take his hand, I'm like, I'll always remember you, mate.
Marco, you take a deep breath and you just snap back to consciousness.
Oh, that hurt my throat. God.
As you are covered in just your blood and maybe someone else's blood, just a lot of blood. Any wounds on your body, you can just feel get warm and close up. But directly to your left, kneeling next to you, is Abzael. But his body looks like it's fading away with that same white light. Piece by piece, speck by speck, as if dust in the wind. And then he's gone. And what a terrible scene you were looking at right now. This ship is destroyed.
It's much worse than when I left it.
Yeah.
I think I just, take a moment of like that very, very quick, because the ship's not great. Take a moment of just, like sort of like that silent reflection of just loss. And then I start moving.
Anywhere specific?
Towards the back of the ship.
Okay.
I guess towards this, what was it, B, C? I'm in B right now, I think. So I go to C where the apartments are.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. You go to see where the apartments are, and then it's pretty quiet. Like, it's really quiet.
Yeah.
But, like, no, there should be, like, a space fight happening outside, and it's quiet.
Yeah. Where is that space fight?
And then amongst this silence, you just hear some doors open. And then from a few of the apartments, you can see heads just kind of peer out, checking to see if the coast is clear. And then you hear a baby cry.
Where?
Goo goo gaga.
Bitch.
Oh, man, I run towards that baby.
It's me. I transformed into a baby.
My new powers is infancy. Yeah, no, you turn the corner into the apartment hallway, and you can see it's Jaxel and his mother trying to rock him back to sleep. Leaf, you ran back to where you left Potato, but she's not there anymore.
Oh.
What would you like to do?
Potato?
Yeah, I'm in here watching the fireworks. You can hear a voice coming from one of the apartments.
Fireworks. I just go over to the voice.
Yeah, it leads into a room, and then you can see her just kind of sitting on one of the couches, staring out through the window to the outside where this space battle's happening. And you can notice all of the defense ships have just like gone out of power and stopped moving. There's spaceship debris everywhere, and looks like a serious space battle has just occurred. But the ones that seem to have won this battle are the little silver balls with metal wings on it.
I gotta just go over to stand next to her at the window. She was hurt quite bad.
Very badly, yeah.
She look any better after?
Slightly, but like not top shape.
Yeah, I had healed her before. I'll kind of like put my arm around her as we watch the fireworks, as they were referred to, and heal her again.
Okay. So, did we win?
Not without a heavy loss, but yes.
At least it's over now, right?
Hopefully.
Cool. Can we go back to Earth? 'Cause this whole space thing really just sucks.
Yeah, not for me either. I don't think. And I just gotta turn us around and walk out.
Marco, as you stand there, cradling Jaxel now, kind of out in the open quad with everyone that comes out from the apartments. You see Leaf and Potato walk out. Leaf, you see Marco standing upright with a kid.
I mean, I stopped dead in my tracks, you know.
I wasn't moving, but my tracks have been stopped.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I think I'm just in complete shock for a good few seconds. I look at Potato like completely confused, and then I like look back towards Marco like double take style, I guess. And I start walking towards him.
I turned to Jaxel's mother and was like, this is probably going to be a moment here.
You don't need that.
I'm not going to drop him. Yeah, so this is probably going to be a moment.
So do you want them for your talking points, or do you want me to take them back?
Just take this.
Okay.
Why is every exchange with you awkward?
It's my people.
I just give her Jaxel.
Why is my kid our awkward talking points?
Anyways.
Okay, sorry.
I turned back towards Leaf, and I walked towards him.
How? You were not breathing. Your heart was... There was no beat.
Abzael. He sacrificed himself for me. He's definitely gone.
Huh. Do you think he's, happy?
Yeah. I think he finally got what he needed. Hey, Leaf.
What?
I missed you, buddy. All right, going for the hug.
Nice.
We open on Marco and Leaf standing on a grassy hill, standing over a grave plot with a tombstone that reads Abzael Ashclaw. They are standing on Earth. They're back home.
Do you think he would have liked that all-black tombstone?
A hand kind of grabs Leaf's finger, and he looks down and he sees Potato holding a little baby. And then he feels a sharp bite on the back of his left heel as like a 3-year-old is like chomping down on his left foot.
Root. Fuck. Stop it. And I just like pick him up.
For lack of a better word, Leaf, your child's an animal.
Not yet.
Is that a threat?
Potato just kind of like she looks at her watch on her hand that she got that's ticking down, and it says about 20 minutes left.
Guys, I think it's time.
Yeah, we should probably get going.
All right.
Yeah. You guys walk down the hill to an open field. Then Marco separates from the rest of you, and he sits there, closes his eyes, concentrates, and you can see this beautiful white light radiate from his back as these wings appear. And then you can just see as if he's like releasing this energy straight into the sky. This white beam pierces through the clouds. And then we pull out from him. We get further and further, and now we're seeing Earth. And we pull even further back, and this white beam continues past that, and then we pull out of the dragon. Still chained inside this building. Still chained inside the ship. And the dragon radiates with this beautiful white light, and all the chains that are holding it down glow. And the chains just evaporate. And the dragon's free, and he bursts free of the ship. As soon as it's flying free and through space, a loud bang, and then just blackness. As any remaining stars or celestial bodies just disappear. Now it's just the dragon flying through this empty void. Then we open back on Earth. Marco puts his arms down as he just released this beautiful white beam, turns back around to look at Leaf and the rest of the people, and he sees this large picnic.
Yeah, so I'm sitting down at like the head of this very, very long picnic table as you walk over. I turn to you and say, so that's it then.
Seems like it. Yeah, I guess it's all up to the dragon if it wants to release us. I mean, either way, the entire universe is in the dragon, so we're pretty much our own pocket universe here. So I think we're cool from here on out.
Hey, Dad. I think I just pooped myself.
And then Potato walks over, like, God damn it, you fucking shitbags. Picks him up and carries him away.
It was 4 years of just constant things.
I mean, if I've learned anything, that's what life is. Look over to Potato changing your child's shitty diaper.
Shitty Leaf.
Fair point.
Just picks one off in a different branch. It's okay.
I should probably get going.
You're not staying?
No, I got things. You know how it is. I'll see you next year.
See you next year. Turn back to my family and friends at this picnic.
It's lovely being surrounded by your family. See your 2 children and your beautiful wife. Marco, as you walk across this field and up another hill, as you crest the hill, you can see some docks with a dinghy waiting for you. You hop in the dinghy and you sail over to a boat. Written across the bow is the Ash Claw. As you climb up the rope ladder to the deck, you see Nala hoisting up a rigging. She spots you and says, "Oh, welcome aboard, Captain."